Just a couple of weeks after the Glasgow Climate Summit, say no to fossil fuels, Woodside has announced the biggest new gas project in Australia for at least a decade. It's $16.5 billion Scarborough gas project in Western Australia's northwest. And already protesters, well, they're furious and they're gearing up to make a stand, and they're making all sorts of false claims.
We don't need any more oil or gas, and so, the world's rapidly decarbonising, and Woodside should recognise that.
How wrong can you be? In fact, the world is suddenly so short of natural gas, the gas prices this year have doubled, causing a crisis in Europe in particular, especially with winter still coming. Now, let's first hear about this project before I go to Terry McCrann to talk about the politics and a worrying sign of the damage that rising gas prices are causing even here. Joining me is Meg O'Neill, CEO of Woodside. Thank you for your time and congratulations. This must be the biggest deal that you've ever put together. What is in this deal for the rest of us?
Look, thanks. This has been a fantastic time for Woodside. We did two amazing items yesterday. We signed the share sale agreement with BHP, which will commit us to a merger between Woodside and BHP's petroleum business. And secondly, we've taken a final investment decision on the Scarborough gas field. And as part of that, we will develop the offshore field with a number of offshore facilities, build a pipeline that takes the gas 430 kilometers to shore, and then build an LNG processing facility that we call a train at the site of our existing Pluto LNG plant. So really a phenomenal day for Woodside.
Well, you should be looking more exhausted than you do with all that. Now, green groups are saying we don't need gas. The world is decarbonising. That's in direct response to your project. What's your response to that?
We accept the science of climate change and we support the Paris Accord. In fact, Woodside has committed to a pathway to net zero by 2050, if not sooner. That said, the world still needs oil and gas. And the IEA in their Net Zero 2050 report estimated that $350 billion a year need to be spent to continue oil and gas development to deliver on that net zero pathway. So an opportunity like Scarborough, which is being produced in a country like Australia with a strong regulatory framework, by a company that has a commitment to decarbonize, we think Scarborough is absolutely part of the mix. And we think the gas that we produce will be part of our customers' plans to decarbonize their own economies.
Of course, I too accept science of global warming, except I believe that science says some very different things to what the global warming lobby seems to think. But the Australia Institute says the gas that you're producing doesn't actually replace dirty coal power, which is obviously the part of the reasoning for the switch. It's actually replacing nice renewable energy. Is this true?
This is not true. So when you look at the size of the energy systems in the countries where we sell our product, and that's, Japan, Korea, China, all of those economies are doing a couple of things. One, they're trying to ensure that they're delivering a high quality of life for their people and keep their economies growing. And secondly, they're trying to decarbonize. And if you look at the mix of energy sources they use today, look, renewables will be part of the mix going forward, but gas absolutely has a very important role to play.
Meg O'Neill, I'm sorry to have been asking you all these sort of negative questions that the green groups are putting at you as if there's all drawback. I actually think it's a brilliant project for Australia. It keeps us in the game, keeps the revenue flowing, the royalties flowing, and keeps the world supplied with gas. So I will actually be talking about that with Terry McCrann. So if you think I've been too negative with you, the positives are coming. Thank you so much indeed for your time.